Now we are going to discuss four vectors in special relativity. Now consider two observers which are moving in relativistic motion. So they are two observers are in relativistic motion. Now the space and time intervals between two events is given by ds square is equal to c square t dt square minus dx1 whole square plus dx2 whole square plus dx3 whole square. So these are the coordinates, x1, x2, x3 are the coordinates, and here t is the coordinate. So this is the time interval between the any two events is represented by this expression. To be consistent with the special theory of relativity, we define four vectors in Minkowski space by x alpha, the contravariant position we are using alpha. So since it is a four dimensional space, so alpha takes 0, 1, 2, 3. So when alpha is equal to 0, the coordinate x is 0 is ct, and alpha is equal to 1, x1, the coordinate is x. When alpha is equal to 2, this is x2, and x2 is equal to y, and similarly if you put alpha is equal to 3, x3 is equal to z. So these are the coordinates. Now we define the four velocity u alpha. Alpha runs from 0 to 3. There are four values. If you put alpha is equal to 0 and the remaining 1, 2, 3, you put a u bar, where u0 is equal to gamma times c, the velocity u0, and this u bar is expressed by gamma times v, where this u, there are three velocities u1, u2, u3. So finally it has u1, u2, u3, u0, so it has four velocities. And here gamma is given by 1 minus v square by c square whole power minus half. The four momentum is defined by p, the contravariant index alpha, p alpha. Alpha runs from 0 to 4, so p0 writes separately, and the remaining p1, p2, p3 is written by p vector, and p0 is E by c, energy by c is p0, and this is a p vector, and this p vector is the classical momentum. So it has px, py and pz. So there are three values, here there is 1, 4, there are four momentum. Four vector current, this is expressed by S superscript alpha. Yes, if you put alpha is equal to 0, it is rho. S0 is equal to rho. Rho is called as the charge density. Then S1, S2, S3. So that is the J by C is Jx by the x component of the current density. J is the current density. Jx by C, Jy by C, Jz by C. There are three components of the current density, and that is given by vector J by C. So there are three values here. This is one value, four value. So this is a four vector current. Four vector potential is A superscript I is represented by four vectors. So first one is a scalar potential phi, which is A0 is phi. The remaining A1, A2, A3, which is a vector A. A1 is equal to x component, A2 is equal to y component, A3 is equal to z component. So phi comma A. So phi is a scalar potential. This is called as the vector potential. Now let us discuss the covariant, contravariant and Laplacian four vector operator. So we are going to discuss about the four vector operators. So now let us take the metric tensor in the Minkowski space. So from this, the metric tensor the covariant metric tensor Gij. So this is a tensor, this is a matrix form. These are each component G00, G01, G02, G03 and so on. So this will be expression in terms of the matrix 1 0 0 0 0 minus 1 0 0 0 0 minus 1 0 0 0 0 minus 1, because this is minus dx1 square minus dx2 square minus dx3 square. So the signatures are 1 plus minus minus minus. Now the inverse matrix is, because this is a diagonal matrix, the inverse matrix is Gij. Since it is diagonal and the inverse matrix is equal to the inverse of the diagonal elements. So 1 by 1, 1 by minus 1, which is minus 1, 1 by minus 1, minus 1, 1 by minus 1, minus 1. So the inverse of the diagonal elements will be the elements in the inverse matrix. So from this we see Gij, the contravariant component, is equal to the covariant component for this case. Now let us define the contravariant 4-vector transformation. So you consider a coordinate system, unbound coordinate system xi, and you choose another coordinate system x alpha bar, so barred system. And if you take a vector ai, this is a contravariant vector in the unbarred system, this is related to the a vector, contravariant vector in the barred system by this transformation, partial dx alpha bar by partial xi, because we have defined this is since it is a contravariant vector and this is the transformation. Now here for in our case I runs from 0 to 3, there are 4 values 0, 1, 2, 3, A0, A1, A2 and A3. So they are the covariant contravariant components. Now contravariant component is given, the covariant components can be determined by this process. So this is a contravariant component. If you want to get a covariant component, you have to multiply by, you take the product with the inner product with the Gij. This is a covariant matrix tensor. So if you multiply a covariant metric tensor with the contravariant vector, then the index will be lowered. So the lowering of index can be done by this process Aj. So now this is a covariant component. So you put j is equal to 0, this is A0 is equal to, you put j is equal to 0, perform the summation over I. So first I is equal to 0, so G 0 0 A0 plus you put I is equal to j is equal to 0, I is equal to 1. So this will be G 10 A1 and this is 0, this is 1 2 A2, this is 1 3. 1 0, this is a 2 0 and this is 3 0, sorry. So you put j is equal to 0 and you perform the summation over I. So this is 0 0, G 0 0 A0, G 10 A1 and G 20 A2, G 30 A3. So put j is equal to 0, perform the summation over I. Now from here you see G10, this is G 10 which is 0. So this is 0, this is 0, this is 0. So since all are 0, so the term will be 0 because only Gij is 0 for I is not equal to j. What is G00 which is 1? So you put G00 is 1. So if you put G00 is 1, this term becomes A0 is equal to A superscript 0. So the covariant component A0 is equal to the contravariant component A0. Similarly, you can find A1. You put j is equal to 1 and perform the summation over I. So 0 1 A1, here 1 1 A1, 2 1 A2 and 3 1 A3. So if put j is equal to 1, perform the summation over I from 0 to 3. Then when I is not equal to j, this will be 0. So this term and this term, all the three terms gets cancelled. What is G11? G11 is equal to minus 1 because Gij is equal to Gij. The contravariant matrix is this tensor will be equal to the covariant component Gij. Therefore, G11 is equal to minus 1. So if you substitute here, this is minus A2. So the covariant component A2 is equal to minus of the contravariant component A2. Similarly, you can find A3 is equal to minus A3. Covariant component A3 is equal to minus A3. Therefore, if the contravariant component A is equal to, the first component is A0 and all the other components are vector A, which is A1, A2, A3 here, then its covariant component AI is equal to the first component A0 and all the other component minus A, because this is there are three components are minus A1, minus A2, minus A3. So this contravariant component is A0 comma A, then the covariant component is A0 minus A3. So the meaning is this is A0, there are three values of positive values A1, A2, A3. Here A0 comma minus A1, minus A2, minus A3. So this A0 is called as the Galilean scalar, and this A, vector A, A1, A2, A3 are the components of the Galilean vector. So this is a Galilean scalar and this is a Galilean vector. Now let us find the differential operator. Say you consider partial d by dx alpha bar is equal to partial d by dxi by partial dx alpha bar and d by dxi. So numerator dxi, denominator is dxi. So this can be expressed like this. Now look at this. This is something expressed in the unbound system, and this is so actually this is an differential operator. Differential operator expressed in the unbound system. This is a differential operator expressed in the bound system. These are related by this transformation equation. From this transformation, this is the transformation for a covariant vector. So this is d by dxi is a covariant vector. Is a covariant vector. So this d by dxi can be expressed as partial di. The meaning is this is a covariant vector, partial d suffix I. So this is a covariant vector, and this partial d by dxi will have the first term is partial d by dx0, because this is a 4 vectors. So partial dx1, d by dx2, d by dx3. Now this is a partial d by dx0, and this can be expressed as a delta. The 3 vectors, this is a gradients, d by dx1, d by dx2, d by dx3, which is your delta. So this di, this is a partial derivative, this is a di, this is a covariant vector, this is expressed in this one. Now how will you find the partial d the superscript I, this is a contravariant vector. This is a contravariant. And this is a covariant operator. Covariant partial differential. So, covariant operator, this is a contravariant. This can be obtained by G I J partial dg. So, this is a vector, covariant vector. From this, the contravariant component can be obtained by multiplying Gij. This is a metric tensor, a contravariant metric tensor. So, the index will be raised. So, the index can be raised by multiplying Gij. So, now this is equal to, suppose what is the value of we put I is equal to 0. Put I is equal to 0. This is G 0j dj. This is equal to, you perform the summation over j. So, the term will be G 0 d0 plus G 1 d1 plus G 2 d2 and plus G03 d3. What is G01? G01 is equal to 0. So, these values are 0. So, this is 0, G02 is 0, G3 03 0. Therefore, the term vanishes. G00 is 1. Therefore, this is this. Therefore, this is a covariant vector D0. This is a contravariant vector D0. So, similarly, you can find D1. So, what is D1? D1 is equal to G, you put I is equal to 1, J, dj, which is equal to G, J runs from 1 0 to 3, G 1 0, D 0 plus G 1 1, D 1 plus G 1 2, D 2 plus G 1 3, D 3. Now, G13, G12 and G1. So, Gij is equal to 0 when I is not equal to G. What is G11? G11 is minus 1. Therefore, this is minus 1. So, minus D1. So, D1 is equal to this value. Similarly, you can calculate D2 is equal to minus D2 and D3 is equal to minus D3. Therefore, this therefore, di is equal to d by d x0 comma delta, and the di, the contravariant vector, is equal to d by dx0 comma minus delta. So, there are 3 components here. This is the 3 components. So, this is a 4 vector. So, if you take Ai and Di, this is equal to D of I Ai. This is equal to D, you put I is equal to 0, this dA0 by dx0, comma, and this is minus dV. Okay. So this is a scalar. Which is a scalar, and this is a Lorentz invariant. Now the Laplacian operator, the 4 vector Laplacian operator. This is expressed by, this is an operator, this is a d I di, this is a subscript and this is a superscript, covariant vector and this is a contravariant vector, and this will be, if you put 0 0, the first term will be d by dx0 whole square, and this will be minus del square, because this is a del, this is minus del, so del into minus del, this is a minus del square. So this is the expression. So this is the Laplacian operator is expressed in this form. Then Lorentz gauge. Now, phi is a scalar potential, and A is a vector potential. Then the Lorentz gauge, that is expressed by 1 by c partial d phi by dt plus divergence of A. This is 0. Now this A0, we already discussed here, the A0 is phi, and the first coordinate Ct is equal to x0, and the other coordinates are x1, x2, x3, and these compounds are a1, a2, a3. So this becomes, this can be expressed by partial d a I. This is equal to 0. So if you put I is equal to 0, this term is, so d0 a0, the second term is d1 a1 plus d2 a2 plus d3 a3, and this is a partial d by dx0, which is equal to a0 is equal to phi. So this is a d phi by dt into c. This one is d a1 by dx1 plus d a2 by dx2 plus d a3 by dx3 is equal to 0, and this is your divergence. So div A, and this is 1 by c d phi by dt. So this equation can be expressed in this form. So this is a most elegant form of writing the Lorentz gauge. Similarly, let us write down the equation of continuity. The equation of continuity. equation of continuity is partial d rho by dt plus the divergence of J is equal to 0. So here we define the 4 vector current, which is equal to this is S0 and the remaining is J by C. The S0 is rho. So S0 is equal to charge density and this S1 is equal to Jx by C, S2 is equal to the Y component the current density Jy by C, S3 is equal to Jz by C. Therefore, this is expressed by S alpha. So, if you say S alpha and if you find D alpha, this is equal to 0. So, this equation becomes like this. Because if you put alpha is equal to 0, this is partial D0 S0 plus D1 S1 plus D2 S2 plus D3 S3 is equal to 0. This is D by D X0 is CT, this S0 is rho plus D by D X1, S1 is Jx by C plus D Jy by D by dx2 of Jy by C plus D by dx3 of Jz by C, which is equal to 0. So, C is a common term that can be removed. So, this term will be d rho by dt plus the remaining term will be divergence of C. So, this is one equation and this is one equation. This is a equation of continuity and this is a Lorentz gauge. Lorentz gauge and this is equation of continuity. Then the next one is let us write down the scalar and vector potential satisfy the wave equation. So, in the Lorentz gauge, the scalar and vector potential satisfy the wave equations. What are the wave equations? 1 by c square partial d square phi by dt square minus del square phi is equal to 4 pi rho. This is one equation which satisfies the scalar potential. 1 by c square d square a by dt square minus del square a which is satisfied by 4 pi by c into g. So, there are two equations. So, this can be expressed by the operator, D'Alembert's operator A alpha is equal to C. Because we have already mentioned this operator. This operator we have already shown that di this is equal to d by dx naught whole square minus del square. So, if you put A alpha here, this is equal to, if you put A0 and the remaining A here, and A0 is equal to 5, we put so this equation, so you will get this equation. If you put alpha is equal to 0, which is equal to 5, then this equation becomes del square A alpha is equal to 4 pi S alpha, where here alpha is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3. If you put S is equal to, say if you put S is equal to 0, alpha is equal to 0, then S alpha is equal to charge density that we have already discussed. Then A0 is equal to what? A0 is equal to 5. A0 is equal to 5. This is S0 is equal to rho and A0 is equal to 5. Therefore, this equation becomes like this. So, 1 by here there is a CT, so 1 by C square d square by dt square of this phi A0 phi minus del square phi is equal to this side 4 pi A0 is equal to rho. So, you will get this expression. So, you get this expression if you put S is equal to 0. If you put A alpha is equal to 1, 2, 3, you will get the second expression 1 by C square, this is d square A by dt square minus del square A is equal to 4 pi by C G, because this S alpha 1, 2, 3, this is J by C. So, you will get this expression. So, if you put alpha is equal to 1, 2, 3, you will get this expression. If you put alpha is equal to 0, you will get this expression. So, you will get the this expression as well as this expression, and this is a common expression. This is a common expression. So, this is actually not 0, this is 4 pi S alpha. So, the Lorentz gauge, the scalar and vector potentials satisfies this equation. So, these two equations can be combined with this one. So, these are the three equations are important. This equation is an important equation, and this is another one. Previously, we have written one equation. So, these are the three equations that you have written in the tensor form and with 4 vectors. So, the equations are tensor equations, and these vectors are 4 vectors. So, these expressions will be useful in studying the relativistic theory. So, if you want to write down the Maxwell's equation covariant form, these equations will be much useful.